folks, and welcome to another video. So in this one we're going to be looking at the Online Safety Act of 2023. Now, this sounds like this act has a duty of care to, look after children and whatnot, and that seems good, doesn't it? Well, the problem is this act is requiring you, if you wish to view certain types of material online, perfectly legal, but certain types of material, that you must give a private company called Yoti, and we'll have a look at them in a second, access to all of your passport data. You can, or you can have them take a video of you to prove that you're an adult, or you could have them use your biometrics to prove you're an adult. Now, this is a private company, and the CEO of this company has ties to Parliament. So I get the feeling there's some dodginess going on there. But yeah, you can trust this company to take your data and keep it safe. And, let's just hope no one ever hacks this, because you're giving them your actual data here. Data that a few years ago we were told don't share with anyone. Don't show anyone your passport, etc., because they could use that to get your identity. But that's fine now. What we'll do is we'll actually allow you can have your picture taken and that, and they promise it doesn't stay on their servers, but they also say that as part of their terms and agreement and that, if they think you might be committing fraud or pretending you're a different person in order to view certain materials, then they can pass that on to trusted partners, whoever that might be. I don't know who a trusted partner is with these companies. I'm guessing it's one of these, maybe, but they can pass this data on to whoever they feel is relevant, including the police. So you're already viewed as guilty before anything even happens. I mean, look, everything's about verifying your age. So this is how these things start. They want you to verify your age to protect the children. It's all about protecting the children, even though they allow platforms like Instagram and TikTok to exist at all, which have been shown to basically do harm mentally to anyone over the age of, say, 15, 16 anyway. So it's a waste of time. And it says here it's been condemned as authoritarian and dystopian. And it is, because now even things like Netflix and Spotify have got you having to put in your biometric data in order to access like explicit music. So now Spotify, a music provider, wants your passport information as well. So let's see. It's about it's about keeping the children safe. It's definitely not, of course, about gaining information that they can later use against people online. And as we've seen with the T app, now I think the T app is an awful thing. An awful, awful thing. It's a terrible application used by, I'm going to say, the worst of women, basically, to spread misinformation and lies about men. But that app was hacked, and all of the the people's information is out there. Now, maybe Yoti are hack-proof, but I doubt that. So suddenly, they get hacked, all of your information is now out there, including the websites that you used this service to actually verify yourself on. So suddenly it's out there that you've been watching materials on a certain website that provides ladies in states of undress, shall we say. Now, most people do that, I'm sure. That's fine. But you don't want that information just being freely put out there, because these idiots have been hacked, all to apparently protect the children. No, this is about limiting freedom of speech. So they start with the lewd materials, because, it's hard to say, oh no, I think everyone should have access to that, including youngsters. Obviously, no one's going to argue for that. So they start with that, but then suddenly it comes in, oh, now you need it to get on Facebook. So when you post something, for example, saying Keir Starmer is a two-tier dictator and that these new laws are, getting us towards a China level of dictatorship when it comes to freedom of expression, suddenly the police are at your door and they know exactly who you are and where you live because you had to upload your biometric ID to them. so that they can come and stop you from saying things that you should be able to say. You should be able to criticise your government. You should be able to criticise corrupt police forces that don't actually do their job properly. These are things you should be able to do, but of course, under this, you perhaps won't be able to do that anymore. They're even setting up specific police forces to deal with misinformation online. Now, of course, who decides what misinformation is? Well, our lovely government, don't they? So if our lovely government tell you, the people coming in on these boats illegally across the water, they're good, they're all good people, they don't commit any crimes, none of that, it's all good, and you say, actually, I'm not sure about that, because some of them have gone on to commit crimes, suddenly you're now labelled as a terrorist. That's what they're saying. They put you through prevent, because apparently you're a terrorist for saying that you would like maybe these people to have some levels of checks before they're interacting with the population, especially the female population, which are more at risk. But no, that's a dangerous thing to say. Now, of course, all of this can actually be circumvented with a VPN. And I personally highly recommend NordVPN. I've done a review on them. And they even use a form of quantum encryption where most sites can't actually tell you're using a VPN. So that's good as well. Until, of course, the UK government decide, oh no, you can't use a VPN because it's dangerous. So even though we've had 400,000 signatures demanding the repeal of this law, or at least to change this law, they will not change it. You see, we have the perception of living in a democracy, but nobody voted to have to give your personal identifying information to watch a lewd woman online. Nobody voted for that. Nobody wanted that, but they've put this in. And without consulting with the general public. And then also, like I said, they want to expand this then to be where you need ID to use social media, you need ID to use PlayStation now, even talking about, you might need ID to use the social features of PlayStation Plus. So gone are the days, for example, of you being able to play online. No one knows who you are. You're just running around having fun on like Fortnite. No, now you need to use your real name and have all of your information on Sony's website. And of course, Sony have never been hacked before, have they? And had all of the people's information get out there? No. So suddenly Sony now, for example, have access to all of your biometric information. Now, if that gets hacked, or if somebody decides to swat you, they not only have your biometric information, they've got your address, they've got your credit card details, and they can link it all together. And all of this to apparently protect children from using lewd websites. So, I mean, this has been going on for 25 years now, really, at this point with these websites. But now is the time to act and to put sweeping new rules in place. Well, I can highly recommend using a VPN. Now, countries like the USA and Australia are also talking about bringing in these sort of China-level draconian laws. But, you can use, for example, NordVPN and connect to a Chilean server. And therefore, they're not. Weirdly, these countries that are apparently run by dictators actually aren't as dictatorial as our Western countries, where you can be locked up for saying something mean on Facebook. They get that through your head. In China, a nasty country, or Russia, a nasty country, they do this stuff. They'll lock you up if you say mean things about the government. But everyone knows that, and they don't hide it. In the West here, they do it, but they do it with a smile on their face and a polite accent, so it's okay. This is not okay, and this needs to be circumvented in any way you possibly can, because what they're doing is actually very, very dangerous. So what I would recommend is use a VPN. Just use a VPN. It's much, much better, honestly. I mean, you should be using a VPN anyway, but I can highly recommend using one specifically for this, so that the government aren't getting access to your data. Because of course, the CEO of Yoti is actually on, he's in contact with members of parliament. He's actually friends with them and whatnot. So if they want all of your data and all the things you've ever said online, that's all coming to them. So use a VPN, use a good one, don't use a free one because the free one will sell you information. Use one that isn't based in the West because they can then be asked to give that information away. Use one that doesn't have any logging on it as well because that will stop them from being able to get any information from it. I'm not saying commit crimes or anything like that, but use a VPN to ensure your privacy. At the end of the day, when the government do things, it is almost never to the benefit of the people. Almost never. If you think about it, they're always putting our taxes up. They want to suppress freedom of speech. They wanted to do mandatory vaccinations. These things aren't really to the good of the individual people. These things are to the good of government who want more power and who kowtow to negative forces. But that's a whole another scope that's outside the range of this video. So the takeaway is this is a bad thing. This is harmful to you. It doesn't protect children at all. Children can go on social media sites and see this information, or they can go on websites that aren't even in the UK, like fringe websites, and see this information anyway, this lewd stuff. It does not protect children. It doesn't protect adults. The only thing it protects is the government with their increasingly draconian methods that this Labour government seem to be wanting to employ. So you use a VPN. Trust me, use a VPN. Never trust the government, ever. So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, if you have, please remember to click that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and share this video on your socials. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.